Hello everyone, I'm Jim Gaines, Assistant Director for EducateVA, a teacher education program specifically for career switchers run through our community college system here in Virginia and the Community College Workforce Alliance. Today is my sincere pleasure to introduce you to one of our program graduates, Kim Booner. And since Kim has a story to tell, I want to get started right away. Kim, how are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Wonderful. Thank you for coming. You ready to get started?
Sure.
Okay, great. First question, why or how did you choose EducateVA's Career Switcher program? What kind of led you to us?
Okay, well, I've been working for almost 20 years in the apparel industry. I was actually a designer. For many years I thought about switching careers and becoming a teacher. But it was never something that was convenient to do. When I finally decided to make that switch, I was glad to find EducateVA because that offered me a chance to get the education that I needed so that I could become a teacher while still meeting the demands of my career, my previous career. So that was actually, that's what brought me to that. I was actually able to not only learn what I needed to learn to become a teacher, but also hold down other jobs. I was actually able to relocate from New York to Virginia because it was because I had lessons that happened both online and in person. I was able to do that seamlessly.
Okay. And so while you were transitioning into teaching and undergoing the training, you were working full-time?
I worked, yes, I actually I worked full-time in fashion industry, and then I actually taught in fashion. I taught some art classes and drawing classes, and I had a lot going on actually while I was doing Educate Virginia.
So very busy, but it ended
Very
up being
busy, sold my house,
manageable.
relocated, and yes.
Okay, great. All right, next, what was the biggest strength in EducateVA's training and preparation for you?
I think that, well, it's hard to pick one. I think the breadth of the training, the fact that we covered classroom management, lesson planning, and how people learn. I think the breadth was a strength, but also the fact that it was so student-centered to us. The assignments might have looked simple, short and sweet I say on paper figuratively, it was online. Might have looked short and sweet, but in order to in order to turn in any product, if I needed to write something about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, I had to go and read it. I had to learn it. You guys pointed us in the direction, but I had to go and do that legwork myself, go and do that learning. And then I was able to come back in and check in and turn something in and get feedback on it. It was a lot of groundwork for me. It was very intense. So the breadth of it, but also the intensity, I feel like I got a real education. And even though it was manageable, there was a lot going on, during that time. I really felt like I got a real education. And this being my first experience with online learning, I didn't know exactly what to expect in that respect. Many people in my family, people who have gone more traditional routes to become teachers, felt like what I was doing would have been challenging to them. Even people who are currently working as teachers felt that what I was doing would have been challenging for them to have done.
And how did the structure work for you as a whole? You mentioned the online learning, but then there's also the live classes, and then the clinical practice field placement.
I felt like it offered me a good balance of autonomy as far as self-paced learning, but then also the points at which I got a chance to do collaborative work with my peers, my fellow students. It gave me a chance to check in with them and also have kind of checks and balances on my learning, my thoughts, my ideas. I also got the benefit of their thoughts and ideas as well. And then I actually got a chance to get into classroom and see some of it and actually experience doing some of it in person in a real situation.
So with doing all that, was it transformative in some sense? I mean, did your philosophy evolve?
Did my philosophy evolve? To tell you the truth, I feel like my philosophy probably formed while I was in the training. I kind of came into it a little wide open, but by the time, and a little, I had ideals in mind, but really no idea how to implement them and what they would look like in real life. And I feel like during the time that I was in the training, they started to come into fruition.
Okay. All right, lastly, what has the program meant for you both personally and professionally?
Well, personally and professionally, I feel like I'm able to do something now that has a lot more meaning to me. I feel like I'm touching lives. I'm able to, this has again been a lifelong dream for me to get in the classroom, and I'm thankful for the fact that, you know, now that I'm here, it actually was it feels like it was the right decision. And I feel like I'm doing something that's so much more important to me, and I'm really grateful for that.
Well, we're grateful that you could be in one of Virginia's classrooms making that impact with kids. Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you.